Good afternoon. Happy Thursday. Thursday the 13th. Tomorrow's Valentine's Day. People do celebrate Valentine's Day, even though it is definitely the most pagan of pagan holidays. But they celebrate Valentine's Day. And I guess it's fun to have a Valentine. But other than that, man, we just had a big ass rainstorm in Northern California. I've over the years, I've said a lot about myself. People have an idea, part of the country I live in. Some know my name. You know, many know of my relations. You know, family members. Um, it was something when I was private, or when I had some privacy, some real privacy, no picture, no nothing like that. It's something that you treasure. But when I started doing shows, when I restarted doing shows, because I've been doing shows since 2015. Then I take breaks and then whatever the other. A lot of times I play music and I roast in my sector and sometimes even made some songs. But when I started doing shows around COVID, I was doing a lot of them, and I finally got a Cash App, and you start receiving some money, and people were very generous to me, and it gave me a warm feeling towards some of these people, and I wanted to show a different side of myself. I wanted to show who I was. I wanted to show who I was because I'm not afraid of who I am. In fact, I like who I am. And, there's a person that's been exposed to culture as far as art, music, food, traveling. Um, I've done all these things. And I had, wonderful parents that exposed you to stuff like this when you were a kid, whether you had a choice or not. You went to museums. You were a lot of museums. Definitely a lot of museums, and you learned some art appreciation and a number of things, and it attracted an audience. Um, Attracted an audience that some people still remember. I haven't been doing that lately because I've been roasting because I have a lot of people on my list that need to get roasted, and there's others that keep just popping up. They just keep popping up. So many violators. You would think after all the demonstrations that I've put down over the years, I guess that makes some want to challenge. Some people are just rude, but I think it really comes down. I'm just not a fit for the beef sector. I'm not gay. I'm a straight male. Um, I, I, I don't acquiesce to women as far as if they're bossing up on me, or, you know, if they're rude to me, I'll be rude to them. Real simple. Respect goes both ways. If they're respectful to me or friendly with me, I'll be friendly with them. It's a real simple policy to have. But something happened today, and it really has me shaking my head. Um, YouTube camera show been going on for a couple of hours, and just for the sake of mentioning it, before YouTube camera show was real popular, I would regularly speak with her, like damn near every day. And we talk about some of the things that went on, and we would giggle and would laugh and everything, and we were friendly. But, of course, it's hard to keep a friendship or a YouTube ship going on YouTube, especially someone like me and someone like her that, tries to maintain a balance with everyone and report, as unbiasedly as she can. She has a few. But with her newfound popularity, and I've had some episodes on there, people come up and bark at me and whatever. So, she's moving with her. She wants a female crowd. That's great. I'm happy that her show is doing well. So today I popped on there, and I think, because they were arguing, whoever was arguing. Lady Tulsa was arguing. Lady Tulsa was ripping them to shreds. Queen Tulsa, Queen Tulsa's about that life. Queen Tulsa got a mouthpiece. She's quick and she's sharp, and she was putting it on them. She was chopped up Olivia. She chopped up a couple of other ones. And when I say chopped them up, she chopped them up. She's giving them that work. Now, she's not popular. She's not real popular because she's a shit starter, so they say. But you know, when you guys treat people a certain way, you got to expect some fucking retribution. You got to expect them to. Not everybody's going to just take that shit and be, and be demure or just have hurt feelings. Some people going to fight back. And Lady Tulsa, Queen Tulsa, excuse me, is one of them. Man, she was ripping them to shreds. So after they all got down, I came up there and said, look, you want to talk about something positive? And she giggled. But I brought up the something that's perplexing me lately. Let me get this faster. You know, the way that Kanye West, who obviously has some mental illness problems and probably doesn't take his medication all the time, and he spazzes out into this Nazi shit, you know? Spazzes out into this Nazi shit. You know, shock value Nazi shit. Why he does it, I don't know. Because it really doesn't do him any good business-wise. Because most of his relationships, a lot of his relationships in the music industry and other industries that he's involved in, there are people, Jewish people, to be exact, that are very offended by this symbolism. Rightfully so, I might add. But he gets punished harshly. And here it is, you have someone, and rightfully so, rightfully so. He needs to learn how to control himself or keep his views to himself because it's detrimental to him, his cause. And then you have Elon Musk, who's an unelected official who gave the Sieg Heil sign. And it's not getting talked about. And when it's mentioned, the people on the right, unbelievable. The people on the right are saying, didn't you see Nancy Pelosi do it? Didn't you see Charles Schumer do it? Didn't you see AOC do it? And I don't think they did it. I think they were just taking snapshots of them waving to a crowd. Waving to a crowd and going through the full thing of putting your hand over your chest and to your side and then Sieg Heil are two different things. So here it is, you have someone who's been granted real power. Not only is he a billionaire, but he's been given the keys to the United States government, and they've created an agency, Doge, which is also the name of a Bitcoin that he owns, a cryptocurrency that he owns, but the Department of Government Regulation or something. And he's deciding what should be cut and what shouldn't be cut unilaterally. Excuse me. Dangerous, scary, particularly that he's throwing up Nazi signs. So I mentioned that. And other places on YouTube that I've been going around lately, particularly a section of the Manosphere where I'm very welcomed. But like these are my dudes. I don't come around that much because there's 10 of them on the panel. I don't get a chance to talk as much as I'd like. And there's a couple of them that talk nonstop and they get on my fucking nerves. And they don't argue over there. They keep it civil. But they're very smart. But when I brought that up, and then I look at the way that I'm getting attacked in the chat. Now, the crazy thing is, I don't know half the motherfuckers that are saying shit about me. And I guess when you get up on panels all the time, you got all kind of people listening to you. You know, these people know you, but you don't know them. They're saying all kinds of unfriendly, unflattering things. And early in the morning, I took a look. I was like, damn. And then a few of them got back on the panel and started talking in detail like the beef sector does. The beef sector's content is the beef sector. It's kind of brilliant because they're constant content. The beef sector's content is the beef sector. They feed on themselves. They report on themselves. And people are interested in it. They report on themselves, they feed on themselves. They're a self-contained unit that creates content as the interactions with people in the beef sector. But what they started talking about is some white chick named Mel, who I know, or I don't know, I don't watch Lemon Show, Tangerine Show. Shout out to David T. Williams. Yes, sir, you have been doxxed. But they started talking about this Mel chick and her relations and connections to Lemon. And I'm thinking, are you fucking serious? You women would rather discuss and pick apart a powerless white chick that's trolling you guys on a racial level? You know, if she says something like, what about black girl wasted? And giving the Nazi salute, she's playing with you guys. She's trolling you guys. White supremacists trolling you guys. Fishing for a reaction, and she's getting it. But you guys would rather discuss that? This powerless nothing person? Truly powerless. It has no real effect on your lives or your future. You would rather discuss that than discuss Elon Musk? You would rather discuss some meaningless person or troll? That's more important than discussing Elon Musk and this position in government that Trump has given him and how it can affect all of our lives? I'm like, they really are lost in themselves. The beef sector is a dog chasing its own tail, not concerned with anything else that's going on in the world. There's no news. There's no spiritual upliftment. And it's okay what the beef sector does. Roasting, gagging, yeah. I enjoy it, I'm with it. But you need some type of balance in anything in your life. And that they would ignore Elon Musk and even comparing it and contrasting it to Kanye West and the way they do Kanye West when he has one of his episodes and turns into a Nazi sympathizer. And how he gets punished by the powers that be. They're letting you know where the real power is. We have the power to take a billionaire and break him all the way down. We can pull the rug out from underneath you. Why aren't they making the same movements against Elon Musk, who's using the same symbol and has the keys to the Treasury Department, the Defense Department? What isn't he able to look at and see classified documents? Is he even a United States citizen? What's up, Tom Rigg? Is he even a United States citizen? Trump pushed an order that no more immigrants under no conditions. Doesn't matter who you are. But he made an exception for, I guess, a few hundred South Africans that are supposed to be persecuted. How did that come apart? Sounds like something Musk told him to do. White South Africans. They want to leave South Africa for whatever reason. Are these the type of people that come here and get set up with homes, food stamps, aid, for extended periods of time until they get themselves together. The government has the ability to do that. This preferential treatment of people without color as compared to people of color that'll be thrown out of this country, I don't have a big problem with it. I just want it to be applied evenly with the Europeans, the Russians, the Asians. Don't just go after one group. Don't just go after one group. But that really disappointed me. And I shouldn't be disappointed. I'm already aware that the beef sector is low frequency, not trying to tackle or address any real issues. I guess people have real issues at their job and real issues in their life, and they can come get into these storylines and relax and laugh and participate in a soap opera. So maybe that's more important. That's why I could never be beef sector. That's why I would never want to be beef sector. That's a fatal flaw in the beef sector. And it took this Mel chick, who everyone is so offended that she made a Nazi salute, but no one's offended about Elon Musk, who has true power. He has contracts with the government for probably hundreds of millions of dollars. He's replaced the NASA program. Just something to think about. Just something to think about. Shame on you, beef sector. Shame on you, beef sector. Shame on you, grown-ass people, ignoring this type of stuff when you can actually, there's some smart people there. When you guys can actually be discussing this and trying to get to the bottom of it and develop some understanding instead of developing understanding over bullshit and nonsense. Bullshit and nonsense. That's all. I'll be back to speak on one of the topics that I have up. I think I'm going to talk about talent and Toya. And once again, I took Sassy's name off the list, and she's taking shots once again. Sassy, it ain't gonna be nice for you. You know, your derelict friends, is that what you said? You just can't stop, huh? You need to get drugged the fuck out of you. Because I know you don't like it, you can't take it. You need to keep all inferences, references, my name, everything out of your mouth. You don't even, let me tell you, Sassy, you don't even want me to think you don't even want me to think that you may be referencing me in any way, shape, or form. That's how I feel about you.